All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Hello, welcome to this weekend's NASCAR Quick Hit here at SHIPIT Nation. I am Eric, also known as TheGame on Discord, and tonight we are going to be breaking down the Great American Getaway 400 taking place at the wild and wonderful Pocono Raceway located in Pocono, Pennsylvania. Before we go ahead and break down tomorrow's slate, let me go ahead and mention us. That's right, us here at SHIPIT Nation. And we now have a wonderful new promo code to offer you. That is right, code NAS75. NAS75 gets you $24 for the first month of All Access plus SaberSim Core. So if you are new to DFS, you've always wanted to try us out, now's the time. $24. Use code NAS75, and that gets you, once again, 1 month of All Access plus SaberSim, not to mention our projections and ownership for all sports, PGA, baseball, NASCAR, MMA. Of course, the NFL is right around the corner. The Stone, expert slate plans and rankings, fantastic education courses by Tambo and the boys, and the best Discord community in the business. So once again, code NAS75. Join us today. All right. Pocono Raceway. What am I doing here? Hide. Bam. Oh, one screen overlay. Boom. Look at me go. Pocono Raceway is a one of a kind on the NASCAR circuit, as it's a 2.5 mile triangle. That's right. 3 different turns with 3 different degrees of banking with 3 different lengths of straightaways. You won't find anything like it on the NASCAR circuit. That's why this week I am really big on using the track ranking. As the track type rank really is just the tire combinations that they're using this weekend that they've used at different tracks this year, which is helpful. But like I said, Pocono, there's nothing else like it. So I'm really big on using the track ranking as well as practice. Practice this weekend, I think, is a good indicator of what we will be seeing. Let's see here. And speaking of practice, let's go ahead and break that down first. And the first thing I wanted to mention is tires and how there really wasn't any tire wear throughout the event or throughout the practice event on Saturday. Now, that can always change by race day, but I really don't expect us to see any tire failures or major tire issues on Sunday. Hope I didn't just jinx it by saying that. Also, lots and lots of drivers ran into issues during the practice session. As you can tell by the Stone, we have some pretty heavy hitters in the back. And let me break down some of those who ran into issues on or during practice rather on Saturday. Brennan Poole. We'll first start with our 2 back markers, Brennan Poole and Cody Ware. Brennan Poole had tons of issues getting through inspection, and because of that, he will have to serve a pass-through penalty at the start of Sunday's race. So I don't really know how many folks are playing Brennan Poole anyway, but just note he does have a pass-through penalty to start the race. Cody Ware also got damaged and backed up into the wall during Saturday's practice session. I don't know if they will be rolling out a backup car or not, but regardless, they are back deep in the field anyway, and probably wouldn't consider playing them anyway, unless like in like 150 GPPs. Josh Berry broke his diffuser, which like never happens. I believe he got quite literally one lap of practice in when that happened, and did not perform a qualifying lap. So Josh Berry, he's in the back. Christopher Bell, he lost power steering during practice. However, he was able to get that problem squared away and was managed to do I believe, a 5-lap run during practice and qualified. So keep an eye on that problem to see if that springs back up again tomorrow morning. And last but most certainly not least, William Byron crashed during qualifying, crashed hard during qualifying, and his team will be rolling out a backup car. Now, what's nice with Willie B is he only managed a 31st place qualifying time. So he will be going to the rear for rolling out a backup car, but it doesn't really matter because he's already starting 31st and it's William Byron. So he will go to the rear. He will technically lose like 6-7 spots from his starting position. But in this instance, it really doesn't matter. All right, and let's go ahead. That's everything I have for my pre-written notes. So now let's go ahead and break down loosely the starting lineup because I'm not going to go through every driver tonight. I do want to start off with proud Papa Denny Hamlin. Denny and his significant other had birth to their son Jameson Hamlin this past week, and Denny brought his new dad energy into Pocono and put it on the pole. He wasn't too impressive in practice, but Denny Hamlin is a Pocono god. I think he is the all-time win leader at Pocono. At least he's the all-time win leader in active drivers. He is Pocono king, as you could tell by the plus 300 odds. He is and will be probably the DFS industry's #1 dominator tomorrow, and for good reason. He can absolutely stink up this show. He's that good here at Pocono. Outside pole, Chris Buescher, fast in practice, kind of middle of the road here, but he's been showing speed lately. So if you want to fade Denny and use one of the other two dominators I mentioned here coming up, I don't have any issues giving a Buescher a chance. And the next of my dominator picks will be Reddick and Chris Bell. And as you can see here, Reddick fast in practice. Christopher Bell didn't really have a great practice because he had that power steering issue, but that doesn't matter because it's Christopher Bell. So those four would be my favorites to lead laps tomorrow. However, heavy hitters like Blaney starting 20th, he was fantastic in practice, and he's fantastic at Pocono. He could lead laps. If he does, though, it likely won't be till like stage 2. Larson, of course, he's a threat to always lead laps. William Byron, of course, look at him in practice. Ranked 1, rank 1, rank 1. He was a rocket ship, and then he, biffed it in qualifying, right? So he can lead laps. So my 4 quote unquote dominator plays: Hamlin, Buescher, Reddick, Bell. But it's hard not to also love Blaney, Larson, and Byron, but for different reasons. Next up here in the top 10, Hocevar. I like Hocevar. I have been drumming the Carson Hocevar drum a ton last year and this year. GPPs, I think I'm not saying you have to take a shot on him, but I have no issues taking a shot with him in large field GPPs. Cash games, small field tournaments, but GPPs, absolutely. Would it surprise any of us anymore to see him stick around the top 10 all day? Absolutely not. It would be surprising to see him dominate, but to stick around the top 10, absolutely not. John Hunter, Cole Custer, John Hunter has been showing some speed lately, as has been Eric Jones, and John Hunter qualified 4th. Eric Jones qualified 11th. I still don't know if I'm willing to trust them enough to take a gamble on them at that price range. Cole Custer, he's going to be a fade for me. Chase Briscoe and Ty Gibbs, sure, no issues taking a chance on them. Do I expect them to dominate? No. But top 5, top 10 all day? Absolutely. Next up, Suarez. Not too big on Suarez. Eric Jones, I talked about earlier. Joey Logano, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski. Kind of, I don't know. Let's see here. Let me look at their practice speeds. I think Keselowski was fast. Yeah, Keselowski was fast in he was group A. He was, I believe, fastest in his group at the time. I have no issues with Keselowski. I don't love Logano's price tag, but Logano, as we all know, is known to pull these out of his butt every once in a while. So would it surprise any of us to see Logano win this tomorrow? I don't think so, but I don't know if I like him at $9,200 starting at 12th. Ryan Preece, no issues with Ryan Preece, $7,000. Notoriously bad track ranking. I think that F sticks out like a sore thumb, but we need to remember he was with Stuart Haas, and this is the best he's been perhaps ever in Cup. So yeah, no issues with Logano, Priest, or Keselowski. I don't love Logano's price tag though. Zane Smith, that's a fade. Austin Dillon, that's gonna be a fade for me. Noah Gregson, you gotta save money somewhere. I don't know if it's gonna be with him. Chase Elliott, sure. He participated in the Xfinity race on Saturday, which is rare for Chase Elliott. Yeah, I think there's better choices at similar price rates deeper in the field, but no issues with Chase. Austin Cindric, he had fantastic practice speeds. Will he be as good as his teammate Ryan Blaney? That remains to be seen, but I think the upside there for Cindric is absolutely real at only 7,200. Ryan Blaney, I spoke about earlier. We have Melon Man. Melon Man actually met the Secretary of Defense yesterday, and smashed watermelons with him. Seems kind of strange to do that on a day as is today. But yeah, that happened. No issues with Chastain. As starting deep in the field, great, more PD upside. Justin Haley is going to be a fade for me. Shane Van Gisbergen. You know what? Let's yeah. Pocono is unique. As I mentioned earlier in the video, 3 different turns, 3 different banking of the turns, 3 different lengths of straightaways. You're shifting more than you are at a normal track. Road course racers seem to do well at Pocono. And what is SVG? The best road course racer in the garage. Now, this is his first Pocono start, but he has been trending upwards as far as ovals go. So, if you are looking for some price savings, feel free to take a shot on SVG because you could definitely do worse, in my opinion. Larson, we spoke about him. Bowman has been boomer bust. I was gonna make Bowman a cash play, but I can't do it. He has decent track history here. Practice was decent. He just is struggling right now. And until he gets some consistent performance, I don't feel comfortable recommending him. Kyle Busch, middle of the road in practice. He's been middle of the road here in the next gen car. If this was a couple years ago and he's in the 18, I would say absolutely. I don't know if I can get with Kyle Busch today, or rather tomorrow, Sunday, race day. Ty Dillon, yeah, no. Michael McDowell, yeah, I'll take a shot on Mike Mack. Great practice, Inspire equipment, so we know he has speed. And as I mentioned with earlier, this is a road courser's oval, so to speak, and Michael McDowell is an old road course racer. So, hey, I'll take a shot on Michael McDowell at $6,200. Why not? Riley Herbst, that's a big fat no for me. Ricky Stenhouse clinging on to any relevancy he has left by mentioning Carson Hocevar in any breath is a fade for me. William Byron, of course, we play him. Gilly and Dinger, Gilly, no. Dinger, yeah. If I'm going with the road course drivers excel at Pocono mindset, Dinger is that. Now, he's 6,100 compared to Michael McDowell 6,200 and SVG's 6,000. But he also has more oval experience than SVG, and he gives you more PD upside than SVG. So, yeah. Bubba Wallace. Love Bubba Wallace. Second, fourth in practice. Hey, I'll take a shot on Bubba. Josh Berry, we mentioned him. He had diffuser issues. Sure, load him up. And then Cody Ware and Brendan Poole, they're a big fat no for me, and they should probably be a big fat no for you too, unless you're playing 150 lineup GPPs. Then maybe yes to them, but even then, very minimal yes to them. So that's it for the driver breakdown. I said I wasn't going to go through the whole starting lineup, and I did anyway, because that's the kind of guy I am. So that's all my thoughts on the starting lineup. And before I wrap up the video, I do want to mention that tomorrow I will be at the race for the first time in since 2023. Yeah. Since 2023, I will be back at a NASCAR Cup race. Baby boy's arrival last summer put a temporary pause on any NASCAR Cup races, but this year we are back on the docket, so I will be at Pocono tomorrow. What does that mean for you watching this video? Nothing, because this video is wrapping up. What does that mean for you, SHIPIT Nation members? That means that it will be highly unlikely that I am able to respond to Discord questions in a timely manner. There is 100,000 plus people in a gigantic open field in the Poconos. Cell phone service will be hard to use, rather. They do have free Wi-Fi, and I do expect to not have issues with it once I get into the main concourse area and get into the stands, etc., etc., etc. But until that time, if you tag me in a message, there's a very strong possibility I will not see it. So rely on your slate plan. Rely on this video. Everything I mentioned in this video will be on the slate plan. As you guys know, I break down drivers in each section. That'll be mentioned this video. If you have any questions on any drivers, I probably answered it in this video. Also, make sure to stay aware of any drivers possibly going to the rear. As soon as I find out that information tomorrow, I will try to relay it as quickly as I can. But again, I will be at the track, and that information from me to you will be slower than normal. So, hey, that's all I got. Thanks as always for tuning in. And as always, let's ship it. I gotta find the closing video. This always takes me a while. Boom.
Maybe put him on, but now it's this guy Henry wrapped, and he's, I guess, getting his car or trying to fix his fucking car. So maybe he won't be in the race tonight.